Hello and welcome back to Real Man's Garage. We're outside today because we got to charge my phone. Is this the right way to do it? Well, it seems to work. I plug it in and we're charging. 57%. I'm sure there's got to be a better way. Let's go inside and find out, shall we? Let's go. And welcome back inside. Yes, we're in the garage today. I think that little demonstration is a little bit overkill to charge a phone. But the idea and the principle is still there. Portable power options. Okay, if you don't have power or you're out in the middle of nowhere, how are you going to get power to charge your batteries or to use some of your devices you may have on hand at the time that you want to do, i.e. if you're camping, etc., etc. Well, here we have quite a few different options, and we are going to go from a simple power bank all the way up to a fairly substantial power station, and there are even more powerful ones. So let's have a look at this, what's on the table, and we'll get into it, okay? So portable power units have been around for a while. You've got power banks, power stations, okay, you have wireless chargers, but you still have to plug into electricity, etc., etc. The generator is an extreme, but they all basically run without being connected to the grid, okay? You're not going to use a generator to charge a phone, but you may use something simple, like these two things here, these two little power banks, okay? One's a 22.5 and one's a 33 watt device, okay? This one has one USB and this one has two USBs. And all you do is, you've got them there, you plug them in, the indicator comes up, it says it's 100% charged, charges the battery, and away you go. Here we go. Should be about 50%, I think. 51%. There you go. Okay, so it's charging. And that's what these little devices do. Okay, and they've been around for a long time, and they're really good. They really good are in a pinch. They will actually even operate a monitor, okay, a secondary monitor to a computer. I've tried that on a field monitor type situation. But anyway, so these are little power banks. They work very well. They're only about 33 watts, and they only cost like 20 bucks, if that. Some are even cheaper, okay? Then we can step up if we want, because the more wattage, the more power, etc., etc., okay? So this little unit fits on a 20-volt battery. Slip it in. There we go, okay? We've got power bank there. Turn it on. There we go, and we plug it in. And again, it's charging up, okay? The beauty about this one is it doesn't take all that much power out of the 20-volt battery, and it'll charge up fairly quickly. There we go. It's also got a light on it, okay? And the beauty of it, and I'll put a thing up here, is it's basically a 200 watt power station, because you have a AC adapter there that you can plug in and run maybe a projector for 15 or 20 minutes, half an hour. There you go. It'll run things like that, lights, fans. It won't run a heater, but it'll run a fan, etc. 200 watts, really, really convenient, okay? It is very convenient. Next to that, we have a power station. Now, this is a all-powers power station. I put a picture up here. This is 300 watts, okay? And this one here is Omnibar. It's a 1,000 watt, okay? And the two in the back here, these are basically jump starters for cars, but they're also power banks, okay? They use the was it 16850s or 18650s, whatever they're, batteries, okay, just like all these do, okay? And they're pretty good as a power bank, and they have an emergency light on it, etc., etc. And this one also comes with an air compressor, okay? And I'll show you a picture of this one as well. But basically, they're a power bank that's emitting power to whatever you want. There you go. So there's lots and lots of options, okay? So, as I said, with the 300 watt system, we have 2 AC outs. We have DC, which is here. We have 3 USBs and a USB-C PD power supply. We have DC power out, which I don't really think anybody really uses anymore. We also have on this side, we have a auxiliary port, okay? And the auxiliary port, come on out, okay? We can put another adapter on if you'd like and add 2 more USB outs, okay? So we can charge even more things, okay? That is only 300 watts, okay? So the way you figure it out is, if I plug something in, how many watts is it taking to run? Well, how do we do that? Well, we have a thing over here. It's called a watt meter, okay? Watt meter? Yeah, a watt meter, okay? There we go. Let's plug it in to the power. We've got a power supply here. Okay. And it comes up as just, there we go. We'll have it like this. A screen, okay? So you've plugged it in the back. Here's the screen. Tells me the watts, and I plug something into here. Well, let's plug our heater in. Now this, and I'll show you the picture of this, it's a 1500 watt heater, okay? So if I plug this in here and the heater's turned off, okay, plug it in, boom, it reads nothing. Now if you're plugging in a heater or a refrigerator, it'll ramp up and slowly come down until it evens out. So if we just go to the fan, there we go. 21, 22. That's because it's on the house current. If I put it on a power bank, it may not suck that much juice, okay? But right now it's saying 20. It could be less. It could be even as low as 5. Who knows, okay? But it's just blowing air. As soon as we turn the heat on, boom, that's the heater. It goes up 500, 600, 700, and then it'll come down to about the 620 mark. It'll start coming down once it's gone up. Okay, it'll start coming down. See, 96, 88. It starts coming down again, and that's blowing hot air. So it's running on half speed. So it's a 1500. If I turn it to full speed, okay, we're up to 13, 14, 1500. So I'm going to turn that off. Okay, it's just a watt meter. Tells you how much you're pumping out. Okay, so let's unplug that, and we'll unplug it from here. Okay, now then, if we plug this into this, it's 300 watts, about 288 watt hours or whatever it is. Okay, something like that. So you have to be careful. I can't plug this in because it's only rated for 300. It might spike to 500, but it only rated 300. This, on the low setting, will run at 600. So this won't work. But I can, let's turn the AC on here, and I'll show you the differences. There's AC, and it's turned on. I can plug a brick charger in, okay, and I can plug it into my phone. There we go. And it's charging my phone, okay? So with the AC out, you could charge up certain things. I could use a battery charger to charge a Ryobi battery, a DeWalt battery, whatever. I could do that. I could run a fan, a straight fan, okay? There you go. So there we are, and it's charging this up 52%. Let's unplug this. Okay. Now then, what I could do with this is, okay, this is turned off, this is turned off, okay? Let's plug this in. Now we know it's not gonna run the heater. Will it run the fan? There's the fan. Yep, it'll run the fan. It's just the fan, okay? I had to turn the thermometer up because it was already warm, but it's just running the fan, so it's just running cold air, and it will run. Turn it off, okay, unplug. Now let's look at the bigger guy. Turn this off. And if you want to run DC stuff, you have to push the DC button. DC comes up, and you can use these here. So we can plug into here, and we can plug into here. And again, it pops up, okay? And it's charging like 52%. There we go, okay? So that does work. That's what that does. Go this way. It also has lights, okay? Turn it off, okay. Put that aside. Next we have this guy, okay. This guy, it's 1,000 watts. I'll put a picture of this up, okay? 1,000 watts, okay? We turn it on. And it's at 95%. I've been using a little bit. So we're going to plug this guy in here, okay? Now remember, we'll turn this is off. We'll turn the AC on here. AC is on. And let's turn the first section of the heater on. You look at here, we're up at 750, 800, but it will come down. See, it's coming down. 750, 720, 6, 8. It'll come all the way down to like 620. You know, come down. It's just relaxing. There you go. So that'll work. Now then, if I zip it up to the max, it's 11, 12, 13. 13 there, because this will max out about 1400, okay, on a surge. Now it's coming down, it might level out about 9, okay, there we go. So it's running a full heater. Thing is, when you're running that at 1500 or 1000, you have 1,000 watts here, it's going to last an hour. That's it, okay? Let's turn this off, okay? And we turn the AC off. Unplug it. There we go. We can also add these USBs to the ports here and have more. We can have DC out, okay? There is a light on this side. DC out, where's the, here we go. Okay, we can pick one we want. And plug in. There we go. Oops. There we go. And it's charging. So it'll charge there. It'll charge here. This is your outputs for DC, 12 volt, which I don't know anybody uses. And you can even attach a solar panel to them, just like this one here. You can attach a solar panel and charge up the batteries here. But 300 watts, 1,000 watts, turn them off, 200 watts, 33 watts. There you are. Lots of possibilities for portable power. Charge it anywhere you go. These are extremely convenient, if you had a bunch of batteries doing drones, etc., this 300 would be adequate, I would say. The 1000 might be a little bit overkill. This will actually run my furnace for a couple of hours. It will run my fridge for 4 or 5 hours, this one here, okay? If I was camping and I had a 60-watt refrigerator, it would last probably 4 or 5 days because it doesn't use all the power all the time, okay? So it's a very, very powerful unit, really. I have used this out in the bush. I took my electric Makita planer, wood planer, okay? Took it out to shave off some benches I made in the middle of the bush, and this worked perfectly fine. perfectly fine, not a problem at all. So I can run a saw off it, but I don't have any electrically wired tools much anymore. Anyway, okay, there we go. So yeah, all kinds of ways of having portable power, and you don't need a generator either. Okay, so power stations, all the rage now, and I understand that DJI have a big sale on their DJI Power 2000, which is incredible, really. It's $500 off. But if you look around, you can get some good deals. This, and we'll talk Canadian money here, okay? So the DJI 2000 is about $1,050 US to buy, okay, on sale. This 300 unit by All Powers, I got Canadian for $99, okay, $99, okay. I got this on Temu, get this, $345. $345. These things are worth almost $700 normally. Okay, so if you look around, you can get some really good deals. This 200 battery thing, again, it's a Temu AliExpress thing. It's meant for a certain kind of battery, etc. It's been great. It's worked fine. I test a lot of stuff with it. It was like $13 or $15 Canadian. Pretty cheap stuff. These were $25. Okay, I think these ones here. So, and you can get them for $10, $20, whatever you want. Okay, there we go. So, oh yeah, and if you want to get one of these, you can get these on Amazon too. I'll try and put links below to all this stuff. And it's a great little feature, especially if you do have a generator and you do hook it up to your house and you want to know how much you're going to draw. You can plug in your appliances and it'll tell you, okay, add them all up, and it'll tell you that your generator will handle it or not. Same as here. Plug in something, it tells you what it draws if you can't find the information in the manual, and you'll know that it will adequately be work fine with these. Anyway, okay, so you just add them up by the hour and tell you how many hours it'll run, and they have a display here usually, and it tells you how many hours you can run with that thing working at full speed, etc., etc. So if I said if you had a heater on 1,000 and it's drawing 1,000 watts, it's only going to last an hour, tops. That's it. But if you have a refrigerator that runs 60 watts, it's not going to run 60 watts all the time, just to cool down. Then the insulation takes over. So it could last 4 or 5 days. Okay, no problem. Great for camping. Weighs about 30 pounds. Yeah, okay. This one is half as heavy as a regular car battery, half as much as a motorcycle battery. Pretty light, pretty good. 300, little light on the light side. The perfect mix would probably be the 600. Then you could get away with a light heater, things like this. 600 might be the perfect match. I don't have one of them, but I saw this, it was a deal. Couldn't give it up. Couldn't give it up at $100. Couldn't give this one up. This was a deal, etc., etc. So one of these, great little tool, has a reset as well. Goes through all kinds of other functions that I don't understand. But yeah, there you go. So, there you go. So, portable power options. You're off the grid, middle of nowhere, boom. If you want to add the solar to it, the solar, I think this one will take a 110 watt unit. Okay, they're about $150 if you want to add that to your camping supplies, but it does take substantially longer to charge this when you're using the solar, or if you're using, here's the other one up here, if you're using the auxiliary power from your car. It does take a substantially lot longer to charge, but it does charge, okay? And there you go. If you're using the AC adapter like this big puppy up here for here, it usually takes about 4 hours or 4.5 hours from 0 to 100%. This one takes about the same. Okay, there you go. So there we have it. Long-winded again as usual, and what can I say? That's just the way it is. And we're gonna try and get some droning in, and I'm gonna be introducing a bunch of these little things here. I've got a few of them. I got this one here. Okay. I've got this one here. I've got this one here. And I've got Bluetooth. Oops. So we have all kinds of things coming, okay? And we're still waiting for the V-Copter Mini, the yellow canary. So stay tuned, okay? Hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the bell, buy me a coffee. Let's get out there and get some fresh air, okay? Bye now.